Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. If you saw the thing go up that this was supposed to be at 7, and you're looking at your clocks going, gosh, it's 5. You're right, it is 5. We just decided to do this early.
We were actually prepared for once, so we're sorry.
I know. We set the reserve time for 7. It was super snowy here in Western Massachusetts today, so I didn't have to go to work.
I did.
I mean, it wasn't dangerous snow, but it was enough snow that the kid I usually watch on Wednesdays had a snow day and his dad stayed home with him. So I didn't have to go. So we didn't have to wait till I got home, which meant that we could do this earlier. So now we're doing it now. Also, really on time with our discussions, partially, because we're going to be discussing the new YouTube policy when it comes to partnership and monetization. But I think that we should maybe... Do you want to do that first or last?
Well, go over the bullet points for people, and maybe it'll start a conversation naturally.
Okay. So when we discussed this a couple weeks ago about what we wanted to do this discussion about, I had pulled up the thing where Amazon has changed its review policy, in which they no longer are allowing book reviews to contain the phrase, "I received a copy of this book in exchange for my review." And they're actually deleting reviews that say that sentence. So we were going to discuss that because obviously we're a book channel and this affects us and people who receive advanced reader copies, because a lot of times what we're asked for in exchange for that ARC is your honest review on sites like Amazon. So what are we supposed to do now, right? So I wanted to discuss that. On top of that, Goodreads posted a new thing where they're changing their giveaway policy. There's lots of policy changes in early 2018 happening, and actually the new Goodreads giveaway policy has changed. Now, a lot of you are going to be like, I don't get it. There's still giveaways on Goodreads. I don't understand the thing. The problem with the Goodreads giveaways doesn't actually affect the consumer. It's much more of an effect on the author-publisher side. In that it now costs money to host your giveaway on Goodreads. So I was like, we could tie this together.
And a significant amount of money, not just like $20.
No, it's $120 for like the standard giveaway. That's the standard giveaway. You could spend more money for a premium giveaway. Ooh. But so we were going to discuss that because it also had to do with the advanced reader copy thing. Because some people who aren't well-founded or who don't do reviews traditionally or don't have any connections would actually get advanced reader copies or even published books through Goodreads. So it's connected. It was part of a thing. And then we got our email last night. I'm not sure. I saw it this morning from YouTube discussing the changes in the partnership program, which will be rolling out next month, which does affect our channel because we clearly do not hit the new requirements for partnership. I don't know if you noticed, but we have 230 subscribers. That's not nearly 1,000.
On a good day.
And people were like, well, you have 30 days to hit the new mark to maintain your partnership. And I'm like, not happening. We've been doing this. We've been doing this for years.
Yeah, like no, we don't do this for the money. No. Which is why a lot of this is smarting us in different particular ways, because a lot of these policy changes either they privilege the spending of money and they privilege those who are clearly doing this as a business, like who are doing this not because, well, I mean, I'm sure it started and it is because they want to talk about, we're going to say books for this particular discussion, just because like this is our realm, but like they want to do it so that they can like gain subscribers and get money.
You've gone crickly like you did last time.
That's so weird.
Do you want to double check your mic just in case? I don't know. It shouldn't have switched since we've gone live, but like last time you were fine before we went live, and then we went live and you got crickly. It might also just be that your internet's a little bit slower, so it's causing audio disruption.
Yeah. Can you hear me now?
You sound better. Okay. I don't know. Anyway, continue.
No, I was just saying that. What?
I said, oh, that was it?
No, I was just saying that we want to talk about it as people who don't do it for money.
For money.
When all of these policy changes are about money and negatively affect those of us who just want to be nerds online.
Yeah, book geeks.
Yeah, we don't, like, for us, if 30 people watch a video, we're like, oh my god, 30 people watched the video, and if
I got 3 likes. Damn.
Yeah, no, it's like, and we've talked about this before, but like all of these policy changes, in particular, I think losing our partner status because we don't make YouTube money.
No. No, even, and I was saying when I discussed this with Gretchen, because it's tied to my email. It was my YouTube account. I mean, it's still technically my YouTube account, but I changed the title of the channel to fit it because we both make videos. Also, spoiler: I'm sick. If you didn't notice, I'm sorry if I cough a lot or if you see me like back away for that reason. And my voice is very sexy, I'm sure. Sorry. But when I talked about it, I said, I don't care if we have ads on our videos. In fact, it's probably fine that we don't, because we don't make enough money. But the thing that really bothered us was that there are particular tools that YouTube gives partners that are not part of the general YouTube users' arsenal. I don't know how to say toolbox. Mainly being customized thumbnails. Although I have heard that they may have rolled that out to everybody, or they might be rolling that out to everybody. I'm not positive on that. Cards. Although, again, some people are saying we might be keeping cards. It might just be cards to external websites that only partners can do. It might be all cards that are going. The problem here is that when they sent out this email, they basically said, y'all don't make us any money, and we're trying to fix an issue that we've had behind the scenes. So y'all don't get to be partners anymore. Sorry. But they didn't actually tell us what that entailed for our channels, and what that meant we were losing, or whatever. I mean, a lot of the discussion outside of this has been, well, you're not making any YouTube money anyway, so why does it matter? And it's like, the money doesn't matter. We don't care about the ads at all. We're not here to make money. We are here for the community, and we are here to get our voices heard. And some people have questioned the YouTube algorithm and been like, does it prefer people with ads? If you search something, are the videos that pop up first going to be the videos with ads? Because YouTube wants you to watch those ads. So anybody who's no longer partnered is now going to drop lower in the list, on top of having fewer views, dropping them lower in the list, making it infinitely harder to grow your channel on YouTube. They're also removing tools that help you grow your channel, like customized thumbnails. Videos just look better, more professional with a customized thumbnail. Cards make things infinitely easier to promote yourself on the website. You can say, hey, I did this other video about this similar topic if you want to watch that, and they can just click it. Whereas without that, they have to do more work. You have to scroll. You can go in the description and click it, or maybe they'll have to type it in if you forget to add the link in the description, whatever. It just makes it more difficult to promote yourself. So it just feels like you're being continuously kneecapped as a small channel, as a small creator who's not here for the money, who's here for the community, for the everything else. We've all, Gretchen and I have said multiple times, because we've run blogs for years, that it's so nice to have a comment, to actually hear from an actual human being. And that YouTube does that for us. So that's an issue. But let's talk about book reviews, because that's also a thing that we do, and it's close to our heart.
As you know, when you get an ARC, you are legally.
You may know.
You may know. I'm sorry, I'm used to the one person who ever watches these videos. You may know that when you get an advanced review copy, if you post that review anywhere online, you are usually legally obligated to say that you received the book for your honest review. And these places that you get the books from usually don't say we require a positive review or something unless you have entered into some kind of larger partnership. Like say that you have signed up for a book, a blog tour, for instance, which I used to do. And they would say, here's a review copy, but if you don't want to do a positive review, here's other content that you can post, that kind of thing. So it's legally supposed to be your honest review. They're not supposed to be, they're not supposed to be biased. But Amazon is now deleting any reviews, which, by the way, is all of my reviews on Amazon that say I received this book for review.
Yeah. Their argument for this is that those reviews are no longer valid because they've been bought, essentially. That it is impossible to be an honest review because you received goods or services in exchange for it. And they highlighted the words in exchange, or like there's particular words that they look for to tag these reviews as no longer suitable. And it's used in like the standard phrase that has become accepted for reviewers to use, like almost without a doubt for the last, I don't know how long, since Amazon reviews were a thing, people have used the phrase in exchange for my honest review, or in return for my honest review, or with my honest review in mind, or like any of these sort of turns of phrases, because again, you legally have to disclaim that you received the book. You're not allowed, like, that is so that people can see and understand that you may be biased. But as I told Gretchen when we first discussed this, I'm way more biased against an author that I love than I am towards an author who gave me their book. I'm thankful to that author, of course, but I'm going to give a book by an author I love a higher star rating because I like that author, not because the book was great, than to someone I don't necessarily know, have never heard of before, right? And that's generally the people you're getting arcs from. There are people, of course, who are getting arcs from their favorite authors. It's possible, but the majority of the time, the arcs that you received are from lesser-known authors, smaller authors, independent authors, new authors, first-time being published authors, who want to get the word out about their books because they don't have the self-generated buzz of being a big name.
Well, I mean, I understand, though, how Amazon can be worried about bigger reviewers who have relationships with publishers. Right. And so, like, and also if you're looking to grow your reviewing business as opposed to hobby, you might be sitting there and say, oh my God, if I give this book a bad review, the publisher, like Random House, Penguin, there's really 5 big publishers, and if I offend one of them, then like they won't want to work with you. A lucrative partnership.
Yeah.
So I understand in that case, but again, it's like Amazon is thinking all of these people are doing it for money, and therefore these reviews have been bought, and like not like that you're just reviewing for love. And I mean, I personally, as someone who wrote on a blog for years and years and years before moving to YouTube, I found that my negative reviews garnered me more attention than any of my positive reviews. So like, there is this catch-22 of like, if you're only posting positive reviews, you're only going to get so much interest because A, people aren't going to trust that because you can't love everything you read.
Yeah.
But B, like, it becomes obvious, like, it's just, you know what I mean? Yeah. But like, it's like clearly because you've received this arc because you are trying to get something for money, then they don't want it on there, which is stupid.
And there is a line to walk, right? Like most of us do want to maintain a rapport with publishers. We don't want to sound ungrateful. And even when we do post negative reviews, most of the time we talk about the positive aspects. We don't just shit on a book. We're like, hey, this book sucked. Don't read it. It's more like we're like, okay. So
I have done that before, though.
Well,
when it's really bad. Lev Grossman will never be our friend, guys.
Okay, that's true. I didn't think about that. But we still talked about why we just left it. It wasn't just a blanket fuck this book. Fuck it. It was fuck this book because it has this, and this. And if you don't care about that, sure, whatever. But dear God, that bothered me.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, there's no book that universally everyone in the world goes, yep, that's great. Like, there's not one. And
Wait. What is it? Is it Gravity's Rainbow? No, there's like some book. There's like some classic book that is it's like postmodern book that everybody's like, this is the best book ever written ever, and nobody understands it, but everybody says it's the best book. Do you know what I'm talking about?
No. Carry on.
Irish author. Somebody out there knows what I'm talking about. It's not Gravity's Rainbow. That's a sci-fi book.
Okay, well, maybe by the end of this, you'll figure it out.
I might.
But,
Gravity's Rainbow's Pinchin. That's not what I'm talking about. There's a different book. I might remember it. In any case. I was trying to make a joke, and it didn't work because I couldn't remember the book.
Good job. Good job.
So hard. Yeah, so there's this thing where what I was saying was we don't want to just shit on a book. That's not fair. It's not nice. And then we also, when we do positive reviews, generally also discuss the things that weren't as great. So like even a positive review will often be like, gosh, I wish XYZ were a little bit stronger.
And also, I feel like there's this perception, okay, I'm gonna move on past my conception joke here. There's this idea that if you have an arc, it has been given to you by a publisher. Like a publisher has said, please review this, when unless you have this great big old blog where people are coming to you and being like, please review this, you're on sites like NetGalley and Edelweiss, like trying to convince them that like this is a book that you're interested in reading. And
yeah, they're already trying to send it to somebody who would naturally give it a positive review.
Yeah, like so you have to convince them that you are worthwhile getting an arc. Like these arcs aren't just passed around to everybody being like, love my book. That's not how it works. Like you have to fight for that. Like you have to fight for your right to party.
You have to fight for your right to review.
Yeah. So it's not like there's that inherent I have been given this. Like, no, I won the right to review this book.
I earned it. You haven't even won it. You earned it. Yeah.
Yeah, and so therefore, as I earned this, you clearly like looked at my blog, looked at my stats, like know that people trust what I have to say, and therefore my review they're looking for my honest review. Like it's, again, there are people who are big enough that books are just handed to them and I hate them. But
I mean, there's also career paths. Like you get given arcs all the time, Gretchen. You work in a bookstore.
Oh, yeah.
They don't know who the heck works there or whether or not they're going to like those particular books. They just give them to you in hopes that somebody will so that they can try and sell their stuff. So there is a element of chance. But for the most part, when it comes to online reviews, they're done by people who either review as a hobby or moonlight professionally as a reviewer.
Yeah. I mean, most book reviewers don't make money off of it.
Yeah. I think unless you work for like a newspaper or a magazine, or like you work where a review would positively benefit you and can like indirectly benefit you. No, you don't really make money by doing that. Unless you're one of the top tier YA booktubers, and then you make all sorts of bank.
Oh yeah, that's definitely us.
That's us.
Yes, with our 250 subscribers, we are the top tier.
Ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, we definitely don't ever miss months of content, and we definitely don't post things where our audio is jank and our video is jank. Not at all.
No, we're only professionals here.
Very professional. High quality content.
But I was just thinking too, as we were talking about, like, you know, stopping, I think that, like we said, the common thread of all this policy changes is really stopping on the little guy. Just look at the Goodreads review policy change. You know, just, so Goodreads is now charging $120 for a giveaway. It doesn't matter if you're giving away 1 book or 100 books. And
it doesn't matter if you're giving away physical books or ebooks either. It's the same price.
So, you know, all of these, you know, self-published authors who I know were using, like, the giveaways to promote their books. All of the smaller publishers who, you know, were using that as a really easy way to promote their books, you know.
So just a question, because I'm not sure. It is the back end of Edelweiss and NetGalley you have to buy into as well?
No.
No? You can, like, anybody post their book as
the back end. I know that Edelweiss, again, it's been a really long time since I've had the amount of time to look at those sites. Edelweiss, I've never seen a self-published book on there, but I have seen.
I think NetGalley's more open than Edelweiss is. But either way, both of those are very niche industry sites. Most of your average consumers don't know those exist.
Yeah.
Which is beneficial to the companies who post their giveaways there, right?
Yeah. And also, I mean, you can't get ARCs from NetGalley or Edelweiss unless you have an established presence.
Yeah. Or, I mean, nothing. You might get indie authors who are just like, you were interested.
Yeah, indie authors, yes. But
please have a copy and review it.
Yeah. But it's most people know that if you're going to NetGalley or Edelweiss, you have some kind of established presence on the internet somewhere.
Or you're a librarian or a bookseller or somebody who would do this as a professional, in a professional capacity. Goodreads, on the other hand, is a very public site. The general bookish population is aware of Goodreads, uses Goodreads every day or multiple times a week or whatever. And the giveaway functionality there reaches a much broader audience. And people who may not necessarily review professionally, who aren't book reviewers, but do review books because they're on Goodreads, right? It allows the every reader, which is actually a lot of people, to review and discuss books. So having your first self-published book, being able to go out to 25 people on Goodreads, has a pretty good chance of one of those people at least being super excited because they just got a free book, and that's never happened, and they're so gonna read that book and review it because they're just excited that they got that.
Yeah, or at least to give you ratings
or something. Yeah, it's actually helping you. But now, in order to do that, you have to be able to have the funds to pay for that, which for the big publishing companies, not an issue. I'm sure Little Brown.
Although that's not always true though, because different authors get different amounts of money put behind them. So yes, you can have a contract with, you know, Random House, but if they've decided you're only worth so much money, they might.
And they've spent that on something else, like interviews or whatever.
Like Bloomsbury retooled their entire dispensation of money structure, whatever, behind Sarah J. Maas, and there's a pyramid now at Bloomsbury where, like, there's Sarah at the top, and, like, there's tiers now. And I don't, it might not be quite that structured, but the way that it was.
But I mean, that's another discussion talking about industry stuff, where, like, the amount of money going, because, like, you could discuss the amount of money going into paying a professional artist to do cover art.
Well, yeah, but I just mean that, like, you know, now there's even, like, might be bigger publishers who take on this author, and would have normally set up Goodreads reviews for them.
That they aren't going to spend that money on
yeah.
it. The question, I'm not sure. I don't think that Goodreads has it set up that you could be like giving them a large sum of money for multiple things. That's like at a discounted rate, because it sounds like it's all per giveaway type things. And there's the 2 tiers of giveaways: the standard giveaway and then the premium giveaway, which, as far as I can tell, the only difference between the standard giveaway and the premium giveaway, other than $300, is that the premium one gets premium placement, which I'm going to assume means it's like at the top of pages.
Yeah.
Or shows up more or something. Like it just is going to be more visible. Or it's going to be an ad on the side instead of just on the giveaway page or something like that. But because of this, again, the only people that it would be hurting are the small people, the independent authors, the new authors. They don't
smaller
even
publishers.
Yeah, small publishers, even independent publishers who aren't under the large umbrella, who want to put money or want to promote their artists because they believe in them and they've put money into them, but they don't have the capital to do this. And then it takes away this resource of the public having access to this, of just your average Joe Schmo being able to get a copy and review.
Well, I mean, even just the idea of preferred giveaways, preferred like the top tier of YouTube videos, it privileges people who are already popular. And you're non-discerning user of any of these websites.
Don't need the help. They don't need the help. Like, that's the thing.
That's what I mean. It restricts access in a way, like both for that little person to promote themselves, but also for people to find new content. It ends up being a recycling of stuff you've seen before.
So then a lot of the discussion on this stopped being about the discussion initially was, oh, this is super unfair and why are they doing it, and changed to, well, where are giveaways going to now? And the honest truth that I've read from a lot of authors, even relatively large authors, is that they're going to be doing their giveaways over Twitter and Facebook. That you need to follow that particular author on Twitter or Facebook, where they can interact with their fans directly and they don't need this middleman. But again, you lose the exposure.
Yeah, you lose the person who's going to find you just because they clicked YA giveaways on Goodreads and scrolled.
Yeah.
I found so many books that way that I didn't win the book for, because that's the other thing about the Goodreads giveaway, is that in order to enter, it has to be added to your want to read list.
Yep.
And so I've entered tons of giveaways that I've never won the book for, but I'm like, I scroll through, I'm like, oh yeah, I remember that, and I would never have.
And then you might go buy it or pick it up at the library, and you might still review it. So they're still getting free promotion in a sense.
Yeah, or at least it makes you bookmark the book, so the next time you're going through that list, you're like, what was that again?
And I do that. I'm sure a lot of people do, where you go into a bookstore and you look at your want to read list and you just sort of scroll through it, being like, is any of this something that I want right now, and is it here? Can I get it? Because my mom still uses the physical paper list, where she has just scraps of paper with book titles written all over it. But the Goodreads want to read list sort of became that for people, right?
Although mine is just so unwieldy at this point.
Well, the other thing too is, what if I bought that already? And it's still a want to read. I haven't read it yet. Or it was given to me and I don't remember. That just means my TBR is too big. Says a million people everywhere.
We are coming up on the 5:30 mark.
Okay. And by that, you mean it is 5:30.
Okay, well, it was 29 when I started saying the sentence.
I don't know. I don't know that we talked about everything we wanted to talk about here. But the point of the discussion was that there's a lot of policy changes happening at the beginning of 2018 that seem to be focusing on making money for the companies who own the websites, or who, I don't know, protect their own butts in a way. protect themselves.
And there's nothing wrong with, you know, trying to make money off of your company. That's kind of the point. We understand, but like, there has to be a way to make this money without denying your smaller contributors.
Especially because Amazon is such a champion for independent publishing. It became much more possible for indie authors to publish their work when Amazon started, because they literally have a program in place that allows you to create electronic copies of books, which beforehand you couldn't do as easily. Plus, Kindle's a large market. There's a whole lot of discussions about this, so it seems like they're kicking themselves in a way as well as other things. But we wanted to discuss this. We wanted to discuss money and how it seems to drive people, and how those of us at the bottom of the ladder, because our 230 subscribers sure do know that we are not the best, but perhaps love us for our faults. If our videos do get slightly shittier, as in they no longer have thumbnails and we can't link to things in the way that we could, know that it is YouTube's fault and not because we are lazy. But hopefully that at least some of that stuff we can maintain. Or they might say that the folks that are already here are getting granddaddied in and they get to keep the tools.
That would be nice.
That would be nice.
Just let us do one thing professionally, consistently, please. We're not good at everything else.
What is this? In any case, I think that's it. That's our content. We wanted for next week to have like a regular Betwixt video. We'll see if that happens. If not, we may.
I already read the book.
Oh, Gretchen read the book.
I did. I finished it.
I need to finish my book. And also, you do not know we have a book club. We're reading Every Heart a Doorway this month, which Gretchen also already read.
I did. I actually succeeded this month. This month I don't suck.
I'm proud of you. It was also a really short book, so I helped. I lifted you up a little bit there. It wasn't a Taylor pick. Yeah, so that date of when we're doing that live stream might change. Currently, it's set to be the 31st. We may wiggle that a little bit. So
I'm sorry, my brother's turning 18. My baby brother.
You. Not you. He's fine. Yeah, so follow our socials for that. I actually set up stuff to go out of the Twitter for our book club, because our book club has its own Twitter, which you'll find in the link below. And just to try to be more professional.
More professional. It's really easy when the bar is so low.
We're using the twatter and sending out the twits.
And the fact book with the statusi.
Are we millennials? Holy shit, we're not. We're bad at this.
I was born 90 years old. Give me my knitting needles.
We talk about books. That's not internet stuff. What? Anyway, yes. So we will see you guys soon. Gretchen has a video on Friday. I'm sorry that I missed my Monday video, but if you can't tell, no, wasn't happening. I did get a battery for my camera, so that'll happen Monday. There will be a video, and it will be an edited video, so that'll happen. There's stuff coming out on the channel. Just because the man is trying to tie us down doesn't mean we aren't still going to be doing stuff for you guys. So, we don't give a shit. We do it for the love of the thing. Head flail. Yeah, talk to you guys again soon. I hope you're having better lives than I am. And Gretchen's stressed out as per usual. So,
it was cool.
Yeah. Night.
Bye.